Welcome, everybody. It's great to see you all here. I'm Cindy Mann. I'm the director of the Medicaid and Children's Health Insurance programs here at HHS. And with me on stage this morning is Secretary Kathleen Sebelius, Secretary of Education, Arne Duncan, and Dr. Genevieve Kenny from the Urban Institute, whose research on uninsured children is being released today through the Journal of Health Affairs. And you're going to hear from each of them in a minute. We're also joined by an esteemed group of national leaders, many of whom are sitting up in the front, and some of whom will join us later on the stage. And we're talking about an incredibly important issue today. Earlier this year, Secretary Sebelius announced a challenge across federal government, a challenge to me, a challenge to governors, a challenge to community-based organizations, a challenge to faith-based organizations, a challenge to mayors, a challenge to all of us to ensure that every child in America who's eligible for Medicaid and CHIP actually gets enrolled. And that indeed is our goal. And we are working from a strong base, and you'll see a slide pop up in a minute. Since CHIP, the Children's Health Insurance Program, was enacted in 1997, the portion of children who have health insurance has risen dramatically, and so, as the chart shows, the portion of children without health insurance has dropped by nearly one-half. That's because of the contribution that Medicaid and CHIP have played. And this has been happening at the same time, as we all know, that the number of uninsured adults has been rising. The progress has been achieved in a number of different ways. It's been achieved because states, with support from the federal government, have expanded eligibility. And just as important, it's happened because states, with the support of federal government, has pushed forward simplification changes, cutting the red tape, making it easier for families to enroll in coverage and to stay in coverage. But the job's not done. Our speakers today will tell you how they are going to be meeting this challenge and enlisting others to get the job done. Secretary Sebelius and Secretary Duncan will speak first, followed by Dr. Kenny from the Urban Institute. And after Dr. Kenny presents her data, we'll have a little question and answer, and then we'll be presenting you with a video that gives you a sense of what's been happening around the country in terms of meeting this challenge and getting kids enrolled. And then I'll be inviting some of our national leaders up to the stage, and we'll have a brief conversation about their efforts across the country. As I think you'll see, this is an unprecedented, multi-pronged initiative that's unfolding in kindergartens, in team locker rooms, in doctors' offices, in places of worship, in campaigns that vary from one-on-one in the community